What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer. Sacred Beast in the Master Duel. You know I had to do it to him. I have I think like 7 or 8 replays to go through. This hand is so sick, obviously. Trying my best to play again, or I should say play around cards like Joel and Lockbird a little bit. He does go for the Ash there. I got lucky that he didn't Ash like this in the first place because otherwise I wouldn't have a play at all. But yeah, so I don't have Fallen Paradise, which kind of stinks. But these two cards and also Joel and Lockbird probably going to be enough. Let's see what he ends up doing here. Okay, so he's playing Fluffals. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're all fairies. I think it's like highly fairy, if it's not all of them. So, but these two together, I mean, I have a 4,000 attack body. You can only control one type, so like one of each type. So that's pretty tough. Yeah, I know that. Okay, so this one's a fairy. They must all be then. He does go for the toy vendor. I don't think that does anything at all. He top decks a Twin Twister, so I mean, I don't know, like in my mind, like I don't know if I'd even activate toy vendor because of that. Even just like even the fact that that's a possibility, like you don't want to like discard your outs, right? So why don't just like wait a little bit? I guess the idea is like you draw into him, so you're gonna get to it quicker off the top, but the gamble didn't work off there. I don't have anything here. Maxx C, of course, every deck in Master Duel has to play Maxx C. It's like the must-play card of the entire game. So I don't know. I'm kind of hoping they get rid of it, if I'm being completely honest with you. I mean, it's definitely good in this deck because once I get set up, like I can special summon one time and set up my board, which is pretty cool. So it's basically just going to replace itself. You know, drawing one is decent enough, but versus other decks that are like combo, it makes a big difference. But you know, deck lockdown, there can be only one skill drain. It's kind of stupid, honestly. So he's going to keep using Toy Vendor, doesn't get anything. All I have to do is attack directly here. It's going to be 4,000 damage. Games are a little slow, a little grindy with this, even though it's a 4,000 attack body. But obviously the setup takes a second because, you know, one of the Sacred Beasts gives a summoning sickness and all that kind of stuff. And also their Chameleon one can kind of be tricky to play around because, you know, the Raviel's a fiend, which is really, really unfortunate in my opinion. Like, I really wish it wasn't, but, you know, it's an infinite loop here. You know, the opening of the Spirit Gates, which is kind of cool. I think I'll go ahead and link that off just so I can get, you know, a Fallen Paradise. Not that it's super necessary considering, like, the duel's pretty much over, but, yeah. I just, you know, want to have that extra layer just in case, you know, like if he like top decks a Twin Twister, I can at least protect it here. But yeah, he did surrender. So that was the first replay. Didn't even get to see Maxx C. Okay, we'll just keep going on here. I'm not going to do as many as I do usually for EDO Pro, simply because like the replays just take longer. I don't want to have like 45-minute replay videos. But this deck is, you know, fairly straightforward. Pot of Prosperity is like the MVP of the deck, honestly. It really makes a big difference. It's just that extra play starter, and also if you know your play starter gets Ash, then it does that too. Opening the Spirit Gates is probably going to have to do. I can search the Dark Beckoning Beast and then get the one that I contribute summon. That way at least I can get a body on the board. Hopefully he doesn't have like a Regeki in his hand, although the card's kind of popular a little bit, mostly because it's free to play, so you never really know who's going to have it. But deck lockdown, there can be only one in perm. It should put in a lot of work. This is objectively the right play, I think, in the Sacred Beast video I did, or the gameplay video I just did. I mentioned this play. Like, I could have just straight up tribute summoned, but I might as well go into Almirage, right? That way, this at least can't be destroyed by card effects. They have to get over on battle. It's a 4,000 attack body. I mean, they could send it too, but yeah. This is Plunder Patroll. I mean, they search a lot. They're all, I think they're fiends, actually. I think they're fiends, just like me, but yeah, a little bit of a different scenario. I hate that I cannot see his hand in his deck. It's like I can view it afterwards, but I can't during this replay. Unless there is, and maybe I'm just wrong. I definitely could be that case, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and... I also talked about this in the gameplay video. Like, when they have Salamangreat Almirage, you should attack the Almirage first, and then because they're going to be forced to use the effect, and then you can get over it. But, okay. This loop is going to keep going here. I have a Draw and Lockbird and an Ash in my hand, which is pretty nice. The field spell has to discard to search. He does get rid of their Chameleon one, so this is kind of his big play, but I still have deck locked down there, so don't think he's able to do anything with it. Yeah, so that's going to get destroyed, which is really cool because obviously during the end phase I'm going to grab it back, although I think I may, in one of the duels I forget to do that, but I guess not in this one. So it's so awesome that you have the window to search and then your opponent just goes right back to not. I did end up normal summoning that and go crashing into it because I want to search Fallen Paradise, and that I think that was the only way that I could make that happen. Oh no, I'm under deck lockdown, so I misplayed that. I remember there's something with this duel. Shouldn't have activated deck lockdown so early, right? I could have crashed into it. I had the right idea, just I didn't execute very well there. But the lock against Plunder was just a little too good, so it doesn't really matter ultimately. This is kind of the second day that I've really kind of like gone through this, I guess. So I've made my way through gold now, and then maybe tomorrow I'll finish platinum. It's so easy to get up in the duels. Like all you have to do is win. Losing, I don't think makes a difference. I hope I didn't just play this one. I don't think I did. Okay, pretty cool opening here. I can definitely search the Dark Beckoning Beast. I can normal summon there. A little bit of a risky play I did here. I mean, the idea is that I'd like to go into 2 Sacred Beast monsters, which is what I end up doing. But, I definitely, if I was Ash, it would have been a little tough. But because I could have searched with the opening of the Spirit Gates just straight up the Chaos Summoning Beast. But this, effectively does the same thing. I like to, one thing that I've been, really keeping up with is I've been keeping the Dark Summoning Beast in the grave. There's no real use in searching it out. Because you might as well have access to summoning it from the deck anyways. And I only run 3 Sacred Beast total. He tries to destroy all attack position monsters. Of course, Fallen Paradise protects my monsters like that. And since I have 2 Maxx C, I might as well shotgun one of them here to maybe end his play, because I already have 8,000 damage bodies here. Oh, he ends up just this is a very silly replay. He tries to I guess he tries to take the Maxx C challenge is what I ended up taking from this. But he doesn't really get that close. I have 28 cards left in my deck, so yeah. Every normal summon I get a body, which I actually got really nervous about, because I thought he was playing Mech Knights for a second. And if I would have lost because of piercing battle damage, I would have been upset. I guess I think maybe I could have. No, during that combo I was thinking maybe I could have drawn first, but I don't think I could have, to see if I would have gotten this early in Skyfire. That way I could have put it in defense position. But I mean, how many times do you play did I say Mech Knights? Crusadia, that's what I meant to say. I thought he was playing Crusadia. So okay, I'm just gonna draw a million cards here. Foolish Burial Goods is pretty neat. Skill Drains in my hand, but I can send this really in Skyfire next, or deck lockdown, whatever I kind of want to. Although I did have Droll and Lockbird, I think, to open in his hand, and he never one time searched in this entire turn. It's funny to see him play so much, and never added a card to his hand. Sent a lot to the graveyard, but yeah, that's about it. So he's trying his best here, but it's simply just playing into my hand, I suppose. Alright, he's going to get over the tokens, can't get over the huge bodies here. I thought he was going to go into an Nexus Code Talker, maybe. That would have been pretty cool. He sends it off the field, but I do have another copy in my deck. Everybody gets rid of the first copy. I'm just going to try to set some stuff, maybe to so I can see the rest of the cards in my hand. Kind of feels like something needed to fix a little bit, because it's kind of hard when you see so many, but one way to, I guess, get rid of it would just be able to, to get rid of Maxx C, funny enough. I'm actually not going to use the effect to draw too, because, yeah. Okay, so then I can add this Cerulean Skyfire back. And he doesn't even have any cards in his hand, so, I mean, this is all kind of in vain, but I don't know. I guess better safe than sorry or something. Maybe he has a graveyard effect. I didn't really read any of his cards, I don't know. Yeah. That burn damage is pretty neat. The 1,000 is so random, but it can come in handy in some game states. Okay, we'll just keep going on here. I know I play Leerless Tri-Brigade. There's a few actually decent decks that I play here. I kind of want to do, I think I'm planning on doing a whole overview of Master Duel, now that I've really kind of gotten into it. I did my first impressions video, but now that I played enough, I feel like I know what I feel that like this thing needs. Speaking of Layerless Tri-Brigade, here we go. I'm going to shotgun Maxx C. I don't really mind. I do make a misplay here. Playing Maxx C and Joel and Lockbird is like kind of wonky, honestly. I think he just goes for the Knight or the Ensemble Robin, excuse me. He does like special summon twice, and then I think I end up activating Joel and Lockbird here, so I can't draw cards either. So just keep in mind that it locks your opponent out of searching, but also like it keeps you from drawing. So like maybe you don't want to draw them together. This card's funny, man. Okay, so I did get into the skill drain, so that's just I won the duel. I mean, I don't think Layerless Tri-Brigade have an out to this like period. He activates a Maxx C of his own, but like I said, I only need one special summon to go through my plays, and once that's there, then yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what this card is, and I wish I did, but what are you gonna do? He does go for the effect failure there. It's kind of unfortunate because like now I can't do anything really. Because I don't want to go into Almirage, go into Chaos Summoning, because I don't want to draw 3 times. Like, and the fact that I have, like, if I didn't have Skill Drain, maybe I would have done that. Because then I could have gone to Fallen Paradise and drawn 2 cards of my own. But, at this point, like, I don't think he's going to kill me when I activate Skill Drain. And the next turn, I just have to, normal summon Chaos Summoning Beast, go into him on, win the duel. And I activated Joel and Lockbird again. He puts that in defense position, like, yeah, like, there's nothing he can do. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card here. It's Foolish Burial Goods, which is actually really nice. I think I go into it pretty early, or as early as I can, I should say, because I don't know what he's like holding on to. Maybe it's an Imperm or something like that, and he can't use it because of Skill Drain. But I'll go ahead and add this back, trying to be as precautionary as possible. So now that that back row like isn't doing anything, like I've secured this duel as far as I'm concerned. Fallen Paradise is going to draw me a couple cards. It ends up being a Maxx C and a Dark Summoning Beast, kind of funny enough. I'll go ahead and change that into an Almirage, I suppose. Not that it's too important. But, no burn damage, but, he's going to have to start putting a lot of bodies on board. But I'm going to be able to kind of match that production pretty soon here. Ensemble Ramen, I think, adds back one of them, but okay. Again, like all of the, Zeus isn't going to do anything. Well, Nightingale definitely isn't going to do anything. So we can't even really go into it, honestly. I'll go ahead and bring that back. Special summon another Hamon from the deck in case he did try to activate something, and I would still have the idea is that I would still have an attack position Hamon in place, with the Cerulean Skyfire. Also, I'm getting it out of the deck too, which is, I guess, pretty cool. Goes ahead and puts that into defense position. Opening the Spirit Gates is kind of a nice top deck. I could search, another one of my smaller ones, the Chaos Summoning Beast, normal summon it, and then switch it out for a Raviel. He ends up surrendering, so pretty impressive to be able to. I went second, so Maxx C kind of shined there, but, Skill Drain more than anything kind of did its thing. Just a couple more duels here. And I think one of them is just set up and he ends up surrendering. I may not even show it. I think it was like the Accumulate one and Skill Drain, like it was earlier. As you guys know, if you play Yu-Gi-Oh, that's a very good board. I think this is against Shaddoll's, Invoked Shaddoll. And I'm so sick of playing that deck, honestly. I feel like everybody unranked is playing it. He does go for the Ash Blossom there. Ugh. So not a good start. Not a good start at all. But Skill Drain, hopefully, can help me, maybe make me survive. Although, I don't want to activate it just quite yet. Considering, like, I need this Dark Beckoning Beast. Otherwise, I'm really depending on a top deck here. I did activate Foolish Burial Goods and send deck lockdown in case I open, opening the Spirit Gates. Because then I won't have to search it out, right? I can just search Cerulean Skyfire at that point. So that's why I did that. Also, I'm not going to top deck it, guaranteed. So I'm still holding on, although he did end up sending this Shaddoll Dragon. So it pops my Skill Drain, so it doesn't make a difference anyways. This was not special summon, so this is just like a normal attack here, for the El Shaddoll construct. Okay, so hopefully this isn't an Imperm, because otherwise it's going to stink really, really badly. Foolish Burial Goods can go ahead and send a Cerulean Skyfire this time. And this does go through, so that's pretty cool. I could have searched opening the Spirit Gates, but this is like a more straightforward line of play. Because he is playing Invoked, I don't think he's playing multiple copies of Construct, so that makes a big, big difference here. He's just going to go into Winda, but I only special summon one time, so I'm able to play around it. This card doesn't really do anything against this deck. And then I can, banish, go for the Chaos Summoning Beast, search Fallen Paradise, activate Fallen Paradise, draw a couple cards. I think I actually end up getting into the opening of the Spirit Gates, which is pretty funny. I'll search at Dark Summoning Beast because it's like something that I can do on it, on my own. I can add the Cerulean Skyfire back. Basically, the only thing I have to do is play around Shaddoll Schism, because I don't know if he's playing multiple copies of, Construct to get this off the board. Maybe he didn't see that coming. I don't know what it was. Maybe he thought I was going into Raviel when I activated the effect too, so that was, potentially part of it. Nothing in the Invoked engine can actually out this board. He can't get his attack big enough. He'd have to have 2 Alistairs in hand, and I'm just going to go ahead and bank that he doesn't have that. Okay, so it goes into the, I call this Og. I've never heard anyone pronounce this really. The one that pops, basically. I'll go ahead and negate the effect of Invocation, although maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know. But he did use his normal summon for the churn, so I figured, it's not a horrible thing to do. I think this is where I forget to activate the effect of opening the Spirit Gates to grab the deck lockdown. And that's kind of one of the weaknesses of this. Well, first of all, it's my fault. I should have just remembered that. I'm not saying it's completely the simulator's, business to do that, but I just still hate these graveyards. I just don't like how they look. I just think they look awkward. And this is a really annoying too. It's why do I have to hold this down? I want to see these things all the time, personally. I don't know how you guys feel about something like that, but to me, this makes more sense to at least see the top card of your graveyard, just to see just to remind you that, because it feels like these are empty, but they're obviously not. But yeah, that's just kind of how I feel. Maxx C comes down. Okay, that's fine. Do what you gotta do. As long as I can just get over whatever this is, it's gonna burn for 1k. So if it was a Shaddoll window, that would stink really, really badly. He tries to activate Schism. I will go ahead and negate there. With the effect of the Cerulean Skyfire. Luckily, you could actually still switch this back, and it's a really weird thing. You would think you wouldn't be able to, but yeah, you can just flip it straight back up. I kind of remember deck lockdown a little too late, but yeah, what are you gonna do? None of these can be targeted, so he's gonna take 1,000 burn damage, and then I'm going to attack directly there. So I'll show the deck list of this pretty soon. There's a few cards. There's kind of a few janky cards in my deck because I don't have the ultra rare points or whatever you want to call them to build exactly how I want it to. But it's 90% there. But I wanted to show the gameplay video first. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.